Oluvannyuma lwa Pulezidenti Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi okuvaayo n'alangirira n'akoowola Bannayuganda ffenna tukwasaganyize wamu, ffenna tukoleganire wamu okulaba nga tununula baganda baffe abo bonna abawambiddwa, abo bonna abali mu makomera ab'enjawulo. Era ng'olunaku olwajjo Pulezidenti bwe yabadde ku mukutu gwa X yategeezezza Bannayuganda nti alangirira okwewoola buli Munnayuganda alina eddoboozi aveeyo tugende ku street tweyiwe okulaba nga tulwanirira abantu baffe abawambiddwa. Omukulu Muhoozi n'abateeka mu basements ze n'abakolako ebikola eby'okutulugunya ate n'amala n'ajja ne yeewaanira ku bantu. Twongera obbajjukiza n'obbategeeza nti abantu bangi baawulidde era abantu bangi bali mu kukola buli kimu ekisoboka okulaba nga beegatta ku Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi. Kino nno kikanze Mwami Muhoozi ne Mwami Museveni bagamba nti abantu bonnayimuka nga bangi olwo ki ekigenda okuba nga kiddako, era bwe batyo bali mu kusattira okulaba nga bakitoopinga ng'obudde bukyali ng'ekizimba tekinnasamba ddagala kubanga nabo balaba Bannayuganda bwe baayimuka baba tebakyalina kye bayinza kukola era baba tebakyalina kye bayinza kuzzaako. So baganda bange ebigambo byebyo, ensonga zeezo. Twongera obbajjukiza nti ffenna omulamwa tulina gumu kulwana, ffenna omulamwa tulina gumu kulaba nga tutereeza eggwanga oba tutya oba ddi oba wa naye ffenna we tusobola okusinziira ne tulaba nga tugatta eggwanga lino era nga tubaako ekyenjawulo kitulituusaako. Twongera obbategeeza abantu baffe mwenna nti kano akasita ke tulimu ffenna katukwatako kuyimusa amaloboozi gaffe, kulwanira wamu, kutereeza buli kimu ekigaanye n'okulaba nga tukola kyennyini ekisinga ate ne tulwanirira eggwanga. Wake up Uganda, tetwerekerera, tukwataganire wamu, Uganda etambule ebeere ey'enjawulo.
Yes, baganda bange oli ku makumiri ya
Judith, you are muted. If you are speaking, you are muted.
Trying to earn, but then every it mute.
Okay. While my colleague Judith resolves that glitch, I will take the liberty to pose the question. Okay, I will take the liberty to pose the question, and then we'll get my colleague Judith back as soon as she sorts out that issue. Production, people in the background, please help us sort out the glitch with Judith. The question, and this is to the leadership of the party, and we will have other responses from other participants in terms of those who have been affected by torture, directly affected by torture, detention, abduction, or disappearances, is, from your perspective, what is the state of human rights in the country at the moment? From your perspective, what is the state of human rights in the country at the moment? If the president is here, or David Lewis Rubongoya, or Benjamin Katana, please take on the question. Yes, Mr. Rubongoya, I see you. Please go ahead. Yes, Mr. President, I can hear you loud and clear. Sure, go ahead.
oli ku makumiri ya TV. yes mubeereko ebyuma bikyatawaanamuko ku sayidi eri esosi sayidi eya Mapu Media TV ffe ebyaffe tebiwuguka so tuli ku Twitter space oba X space okubanja muganda waffe. Gwe kyoba okola sharinga bu sharinzi ekyo kyonna tekiri ku map kiri ku ba host bennyini naye nga tugenda kubeerako muganda wange buli kimu tugenda kuba tuli ne president tuli ne baganda baffe bonna bakulembeze mu National Unity Platform oli butereevu ku Mapu Media TV nga bwe mwatusabye nti bangi temusobola kugenda ku space naye tusobodde okukibawa nga bulijjo. You are live on Independent Television TV, Mapu Media TV.
Much appreciated, Mr. President. The next question related to the background that you've ably laid out goes to David Lewis. David, are you able to speak? Much appreciated.
Yes, I can hear you and I'm able to speak, please.
Great. Please give us a picture of the current state of play in terms of the number of people abducted, the number of people detained, the torture victims that disappeared, and the dead. That's the update we are requesting from you. David, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew, and we appreciate everybody who has joined this space. Solidarity with Comrade Eddie Mutwe and other political prisoners. You know, between 2019 and 2021, the people who are documented are 2,134 persons who were abducted by the military regime. Many of these people were later released. Some, of course, as you know, were never traced up to today, to an extent that we still have 18 missing persons. These 18 missing persons have been missing, and we have the wife of one of them, Damrila John, on the space tonight. But the rest of these people largely
David,
were picked up off the streets, you know, taken in detention, in ungazetted places of detention. Many of them ended up before the unit disciplinary committees of UPDF, others before the division's court-martial, others before the general court-martial. Like I said, we still have 18 missing persons. But even after the election, we have recorded a total of 143 people who have so far been abducted. But these are people who we get to know about. You know, every time a person comes back from either CMI or wherever they hold them, they will tell you that they found so many other people there who we never get to know about. You know, Bright Muhoozi the other day told us that he was taken to a room where there were more than 500 people. And he said majority of these are Muslims. You can't know where they're coming from. You talk to some of them, they say they've been in detention for, 9 years, for 10 years, and that kind of thing. Now, those recently abducted, of course, we have Eddie Mutwe, we have Shakul Sentongo, Chagulanyi Najib, Sebude Kasim Palanyi Michael, who is also known as Infantry. So these 6 are still missing as we speak today. The number of those arrested since 2021, the ones our human rights desk has recorded, is 272. And we must draw a distinction between abductions and arrests. Abductions, we look at them to mean these, these ones which are done completely outside the law, where people are, first of all, picked up, taken to places not gazetted by law, kept there longer than 48 hours. So those are the categories we look at as abductions. But those, the 272 I'm talking about, are those who have been taken through due process, arrested, taken through courts of law, charged, etc., etc. Maybe get out on bail, etc. As we speak, we still have over 100 people in detention, in different detention centers, and we always don't give a specific number because almost on a daily basis, you have new numbers being arrested and other people being released. So it always, the number is always changing, but as we know right now, we have slightly over 100 people who are in detention, including people at Chitalia, those who are at Luzira Upper Prison, Makshon Bay, and other prisons like Chitala, a prison in Impiji, and other places. The other day, our comrade was arrested in Chisoro, another one in Ruchiga, another one in Bushenyi, you remember Mbawazi Pase, and all that. So these are the kinds of cases I'm talking about. Now, I also wanted to mention that we still have close to 300 children who need help because either their parents are in prison, maybe their parents are missing, maybe their parents were killed, and of course those who have been tortured and damaged in one way or the other. So that is the situation I can give you. Like I said, and I want to appreciate our legal team. You can see that from the election, those who were able to document were over 2,000 people, and the legal team has been working very hard to secure bail, in some cases secure bond. Of course, some are always just dumped somewhere in the swamp after 3 weeks. Right now, what the regime normally does is not even to give these people any form. When they abduct them and take them to CMI, subject them to torture and all that, when the time comes and they feel like releasing them, they just say, you go, without giving them any single document. And that started after the Masereka situation. You remember Masereka was our registrar in Kasese, and he was very, very badly tortured. And then they gave him a bond form, and the charge was subversive activities, which is even non-existent. And of course, we went to court. The case took so long, but eventually the court decided that case in favor of Masereka, of the victim. Of course, the court awarded very little money, 30 million shillings as compensation, but at least there was a declaration of the High Court clearly saying that he had been under the custody of CMI and they're the ones who tortured him. So from that time, they stopped giving any document for any victim to prove that this person is in their custody. And so that has been the situation with very, very many of our comrades who are picked from around the country, from Yumbe, from Arua, from Fort Poto, and other parts of the country. So, Andrew, that's the picture I can paint for you.
Okay, much appreciated. We will soon hear from lawyers like Benjamin Katana, who've done a splendid job insofar as the legal response is concerned. However, I have received a lot of feedback from the audience that they were not able to hear what Honorable Kyagulanyi was saying. So, Mr. Kyagulanyi, I'm going to request you to unmute, and unfortunately, you have to restate your first answer to the question that we posed. Yes. Okay. And sure. And I'll just check to see who can hear the president right now. If you heard what Honorable Kyagulanyi said in the last few seconds, please give us a thumbs up. Okay, it appears there's a challenge. Yeah, I can hear you myself.
I can also hear.
Yeah, but the audience cannot.
And I can hear him as well. So I believe maybe many people are hearing him right now.
I'm actually.
Maybe you can mute a random person and find out if they can hear.
On my screen right now, there's a lot of thumbs down. People saying we can't hear him. Okay, let's do a mic check. Honorable Kyagulanyi. If you can hear Honorable Kyagulanyi, please give us a thumbs up. No, they can't.
Yes, abatulaba ku Map Media TV baganda baffe ba host we wakyali obuzibu so si eno waffe ba host wakyali obuzibu so si ffe ababaweereza si ffe twa hostinze so tugezaako okulaba tuddamu tubawa buli kintu kyonna
enteekateeka